Dear friends, democracy, human rights, and the rule of law is under attack and has never been under a more precarious situation in my lifetime. We have seen over the last few years, particularly what has happened in Ukraine, what's happened in Artsakh, some of you call it as Nagorno-Karabakh. Democracies we always run when it's a little bit too late, after the egregious behavior takes place, after we see these nations contravening the rule of law, after we see illegal and inappropriate military action. And we run at a consequence that costs democracies and states like ours a huge amount. Not just the human crisis, but the actual economic crisis as well, which happens to these particular regions and spreads out. We need to take concrete action. When you have 120,000 people in Artsakh, Armenians being displaced, and absolutely the world has forgotten about it. There should be no double standards. Just because the people of Armenia, the people of Artsakh don't have oil and gas, their lives, their democracy, their human rights are not any less important than a nation like Azerbaijan. And just because our governments and our parliaments and some around the world have not taken steps to secure their energy needs, we shouldn't allow these type of consequences also have impact on other lives. We need to take concrete steps. And even though I believe in diplomacy and dialogue, at the end of the day, it needs to be followed with concrete action. I agree with what the European Parliament did on October the 5th, calling upon all EU organizations to continue to carry a dialogue to achieve peace. But at the end of the day, we all know that bullies and states that act in the fashion that some act need to be held to account. When those bullies don't come to these particular forums, and it's because they're sending us a message that talk is not enough, it needs to be followed by action. When bullies do come here and they disrupt these organizations, it needs to be followed with consequences. So for this organization, NATO, the UN, and all other international forums, it's not enough to make declarations. We need to follow it up with concrete consequences so the bullies know that their egregious behavior will have a price to be paid. Thank you, colleagues.